I'm Kelsey. I host a podcast with the boys called Guilty Pleasures. My boys, they're gone. It's so sad, but let's be real. At least now their wives can finally start dating within their league. I mean, seriously, Zach's wife is a pediatric ICU nurse. Like, she literally saves children's lives, while Zach is putting things up his butt for children to watch. Now, I don't want to brag, but Zach's wife once did say that if Zach had to have sex with someone on camera, she would want it to be me, because she knows how incredibly unattracted to Zach I am. I mean, is it just me, or is it wild that his dead body somehow makes him look more f***able? No. I will actually miss Zach, because we did have a lot in common. We both suffer from chronic pain. I don't really know if that's a surprise, though, because Zach somehow managed to make an invisible illness incredibly visible. I couldn't tell if this was his funeral, honestly, because he's looked dead for years. Zach's greatest fear in life was not being respected by the world and his peers, but buddy. He was unironically obsessed with the movie Trolls, but I just think that was him just trying to reconnect with his people. Zach had the most sensitive stomach, which he blamed on his Judaism, but I just think he was weak. He never likes to eat anything exotic, which is how I know his Peruvian wife Maggie never gets her pussy eaten.
How dare you!
Just so sad. The only thing more sensitive than his stomach was his ego. When he was still alive, Zach would spend countless hours doom scrolling the Try Guys Reddit threads. And then there's Keith. When I first met Keith, he yelled at me for not knowing how to zoom in properly with a camera. Yeah, I still remember that. It's weird you cared so much about image, but never your own style. I mean, I have never seen a man who dresses more like a middle-aged Republican while still managing to act incredibly gay. I can say that because I've eaten more pussy than Keith. Keith's wife is also out of his league. She's actually a professional beauty guru, which is sad that she never shared any tips with Keith. I mean, why does it always look like Keith is wearing a diaper? I mean, it's not just his clothes. His mannerisms are just completely revolting. He's always like scrunching his nose and has resting stank face and kind of cracking his knuckles. It's almost like if a Disney villain worked at Target. And he has the worst tongue I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it is a geographic tongue. It's disgusting. I can make the whole rest of this roast about Keith's horrible tongue. It's easily the most despicable thing in Try Guys history, which... No. Keith, he did have one good quality. He did drugs. If you ever did acid, Keith was the best trip sitter until he started to morph into like a haunted puppet. Then it was just terrifying. Keith wanted to pursue musical theater, but that would require him to actually come out of the closet. The Try Guys will be lived on by their book, The Hidden Power of F***ing Up, which is like if you asked ChatGPT to write a book after dropping it in the toilet. It's too bad, though. I mean, they just hired an HR company full-time. But like all the Try Guys materials, they were just a little behind the curve on that one. Before the Try Guys bodies are recycled into crash test dummies, I want to apologize to Zach for posting a video of his penis in a BuzzFeed video once. Thankfully, nobody saw it, because it's so small. But I do hope you'll forgive me for that one tiny, little, tiny, small, baby little Microscopic mistake. Rest in peace, boys.